It is an absolute mathematical certainty that when you spend money you don't have, and you get to the point where you're not even growing at a rate enough to ever pay that money back, it is a mathematical, arithmetic, logical, tautological certainty that you will go bankrupt. There was a great article I saw, again, you'll see it up at BonginoReport.com today, by Herman Cain. Herman Cain is his own website. And he has this article about government spending. Folks, listen, you know I'm a supporter of the president because I think he's been on our side on the Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights, Planned Parenthood, on tax cuts, on economic growth, regulatory reform, and the cutting of government red tape, supporter of religious freedom. But not everything's been perfect in the Trump administration. And one of the things that's totally out of control is government spending. There's this article at HermanCain.com by Dan Calabrese. The title of it is, "In the Decade Now Ending, the federal government has spent," this is an astonishing number. I want you to digest this headline. So in the past 10 years, per household, the federal government has spent $293,000, $293,750 to be precise. Whoa. Per household. That's not the podcast tapping out. That's me letting that stew for a moment in your head. I've read a lot of articles on government spending. I got to tell you, this one's short. Again, it'll be up at BonginoReport.com. Please read it. It's really short. But it is worth your time to ground how bad the government debt deficit and spending problem is. I am begging. I'm beyond begging. I've already, and it's done nothing. Begging the moderate Democrats, Republicans, Tea Partiers, conservatives, libertarians, forget the liberals, they're lost. The president, the administration, anybody in the administration, please, we are staring down the barrel of a firearm getting ready to unleash the largest financial crisis in human history. The impending bankruptcy of the United States. Oh, Dan, that's not going to happen. Stop scaring people. No, folks, it is an absolute mathematical certainty that when you spend money you don't have, and you get to the point where you're not even growing at a rate enough to ever pay that money back, it is a mathematical, arithmetic, logical, tautological certainty that you will go bankrupt. From the Herman Cain piece, maybe this will make sense, how much money the government spends. This last budget that the Senate, the Republican Senate just passed. By the way, the Democrats love this stuff, but that the Republicans are playing along on the Hill and in the Senate is beyond disturbing. From the Herman Cain piece, quote, "If you want to simplify it, the government spending that is, we'll call it $29,375 per year. That's fine. I don't know what percentage of your household income that represents. For many people, it would be more than 100%. Keep that up. And remember, this is an upward trajectory from the piece. Get a load of this one. There are 128 million households in the United States. So if you just look at 2019 spending alone, Uncle Sam spent $34,375 per household. According to a site they link to, that means at least 100% of the annual income of 27.8% of American households. Do you understand that? Put that into context for a moment.
Whoa.
28 out of 100 U.S. households, the government spends per year, if you divvy it per household, every single thing you make.
Right.
Everything. Over a quarter of U.S. households, the U.S. government takes, because remember, what it spends, it taxes, takes from you and spends. Everything. 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 Do you understand how much money that is? I ask this question all the time, and I'm going to ask you now, even for the lunatic liberals who listen. Is there anything in your life, anything, you work harder to support that you get less back from? That's a serious question. Now, folks, I spend money to support my children. They come first, and my family. I don't spend anywhere close to what I spend on my children, what I spend on taxes. I will guarantee you, regardless of your income, that you probably say the same thing. That your tax bill, what you pay to the government taxes, is probably a multiple of 2 to 10 of what you spend on your own kids. Is there anything in your life, again, I will ask you, you work harder for that you get less from in return?
Oh, hell no.
You're damn right. What are you getting from this? Okay, I'll give you the easy ones. We need our military. No question about it. We have real legitimate threats. Terrorism, the psychopaths in North Korea, Russian incursion. I mean, we need our military. We need a good one. Okay. Willing to finance that. Certainly doesn't cost you as much as money as I think we could be more efficient with our money. Good court system. At the local level, law enforcement, I'm not so convinced anymore after the debacle. We need a federal law enforcement infrastructure after the disaster we've just seen. But you're telling me I should work 55% of the time for that? When we can do it more efficiently than even what we're spending now. Folks, this is insane. This is insane. We are looking at a guaranteed national bankruptcy. I know it's falling on deaf ears. I know. But just like, this is why I covered this story here. Just like the Russian collusion hoaxers, I'm talking to the Republicans, the moderate Democrats, and even the conservatives out there who claim they care about this. History is not going to be kind to you if you don't change course now, because we will go bankrupt. There is no question about that. If you don't change course now, we will go bankrupt. And there will be a time when history turns on you too. And history will blame you for what you did. You signed those spending bills. It's your names on it. You voted for it. You'll have no way out.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.